Hello and welcome to HW News. The Congress party today conducted the meeting of working committee members. Congress President Sonia Gandhi presided over this meeting. Now, taking a detour from her earlier stance of not criticizing the government directly and only giving some suggestions, some constructive suggestions to the government on how to manage the coronavirus pandemic and what can be done to curb the spread of coronavirus and mitigate the fallout of coronavirus pandemic and the resultant lockdown. Sonia Gandhi today criticized the government, saying that they don't have any plan to exit the lockdown that has been currently imposed in the country and that will be extended till May 3rd. Now, she also talked about the communal situation in the country, how the COVID-19 pandemic has also taken a communal tone and a turn in some few parts of the country. Now, let me list out to you what are the topics that she talked about. She also talked about the MSMEs, the migrants and other such sections of the society that have been affected due to coronavirus pandemic and the lockdown in her opening remarks at the CWC meeting today. So, I am going to list out one by one the issues that Sonia Gandhi today spoke about. Point number one, she talked about no exit plan for the lockdown. So, Sonia Gandhi first of all talked about that the government does not have any exit plan to exit from the lockdown, how to come out of the lockdown. Now, the lockdown in the country was announced on March 23rd and since then there is a lockdown in the country. It was extended on 14th of April when Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the entire nation and he extended the lockdown till May 3rd. Now, talking about it, Sonia Gandhi, Congress president, said that the central government, the BJP government does not have any exit plan on how the lockdown can be exited and how India can come out of the complete lockdown. She said that due to the lockdown, lives have been affected, lives of migrant laborers, lives of farmers, lives of daily wage laborers, construction workers and the workers in the unorganized sector have been affected because of the lockdown the most. She also talked about the trade, industry and commercial activities. The economic activities are completely at halt and there are no economic activities going on in the country currently and that has affected livelihoods of millions of people in India. She said that while all of this is happening due to lockdown, the government does not have any plan on how to manage the COVID-19 pandemic after the lockdown ends on May 3rd. Sonia Gandhi then said that extending the lockdown is not an option because that would be devastating for economy and millions of livelihoods. Then she also went on to speak about the suggestions and the constructive suggestions given by the Congress state governments and also the Congress party and Sonia Gandhi herself in the past as sought by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. She said that the suggestions by the Congress party and the Congress leaders were taken after feedbacks from different state governments and the ground level workers. She said that the suggestions were implemented only partially and miserly. She also said that the response towards the COVID-19 pandemic in the country should have a compassionate approach, should have large-heartedness and should also have alacrity, but all of it was missing from the central government's coronavirus response. Now, the second point that she mentioned was lack of PPE kits, lack of testing kits as well and the low quality of these kits. Now, apparently, Sonia Gandhi said that Congress party has maintained that there is no alternative to constantly testing, tracking and quarantining the people. However, in the country today, we see that there are lack of testing kits and the testing kits are also which are available are of very poor quality and are faulty. Now, let me remind you that the Congress state governments including Rajasthan had flagged this issue with the ICMR, saying that the rapid test kits were given to them were faulty and the correlation of the result was 5.4% when it is supposed to be 90%. So, there were faulty test kits and these issues were not only flagged by Rajasthan, but then after that multiple state governments complained about the faulty test kits and that delayed the testing in those particular states. In Maharashtra also, last minute the testing through rapid test kit was cancelled. However, the PCR tests are still being done. Sonia Gandhi also talked about the PPE kits. Now, India has imported PPE kits from China. More than 1 lakh PPE kits have been imported from China. However, many of them have been found to be faulty and defective, and that is why Sonia Gandhi today also spoke about PPE kits, and she said that the PPE kits also, number of PPE kits in the country also remains very low, and the quality of PPE kits is also not up to the mark. The next point Sonia Gandhi focused on was food security to all. Now, Sonia Gandhi said in her opening remarks that all those who should have been benefited through the National Food Security Act and should have got food grains have not been benefited. She said there are close to 11 crore people in the country who have still not got the food grains under the public distribution system in India. She said that the center should first look at this, first should focus on providing food to all, and they should provide 10 kilogram of food grains, 1 kilogram of pulses and half kilogram of sugar to every household, to each family in India for every month until this crisis goes on. The next point Sonia Gandhi spoke about was financial security for migrant laborers. She said that in the first phase of the lockdown that went on till 14th of April and started on 24th of March, between this period, close to 12 crore people lost their jobs, mostly in the unorganized sector. She said if the lockdown has to be continued beyond May 3rd deadline, then the situation will worsen and more people will lose their jobs. And that is why this center should ensure that at least 7,500 rupees has to be put in the accounts of each and every family in India. She said that migrant laborers are the ones who are most hit by this pandemic and the lockdown, and that is why they should be given job security and financial security first. In the next point, Sonia Gandhi focused on farmers. She said that farmers are also facing very serious troubles and the Kharif crop is now 2 months away. She said that government should ensure that every facility is provided to our farmers so that they can begin with the Kharif crop. That is 2 months away. She also said that the procurement of seeds and other farming material, the policies that have been formulated for that are also very weak and unclear, and that is why it is important that we provide our farmers with every facility while the Kharif crop is now 2 months away. In the next point, Sonia Gandhi focused on MSMEs, medium and small scale enterprises. She said that close to 11 crore people in India are employed in MSMEs and it amounts to 1/3 of India's GDP, and we have to save the MSME sector from the economic ruins that country is going into due to the lockdown that has been imposed to curb the spread of coronavirus. She said that there should be a special package announced for MSMEs only. However, Sonia Gandhi also spoke about one particular issue that several state governments have been flagging. She said that local and state governments are the ones who are at the front line of fighting the battle against coronavirus. She said the legitimate amount that is owed to them by the center should be provided to them immediately so that they can use it as a resource in fighting the battle against coronavirus. In her last point, Sonia Gandhi spoke about the virus of communalism. Yes, you heard it right. Sonia Gandhi criticized the BJP for rising communalism in India. She said at a time that we should stand united and should fight coronavirus unitedly, BJP continues to spread the virus of communal prejudice and hatred. She said that it is a grave danger to country's harmony, and her party and every Indian should be worried about it, and they should join hands to fight the damage that has been done due to the communalization of coronavirus pandemic. However, in the end, she also thanked and praised all the frontline workers, the doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, sanitization workers, and even the NGOs who, despite the lack of resources, are fighting the battle against coronavirus. Well, that's all for this news report. Do tell us what you think in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, Choose the language you prefer to get updates in and be up to date with the latest news.